Bloodsmith, a historical account of the 1967 Daoxian Cultural Revolution Massacre by Tan He Cheng, Chapter 13, A Township Secretary's Story. Among the many townships involved in the massacre, Wutian Commune stood out, not for the sheer scale of killings, but because of one man, Xiong Heng, the commune secretary and later the country's deputy party secretary. His name carried weight. He was described by those who knew him as capable, shrewd, and bold. But in the chaos of 1967, these very traits made him a key figure in both orchestrating and stopping the killings in Wutian. During the killings spree, Wutian Commune saw 42 people murdered, 3 by suicide. 4 major meetings shaped its course. The first 3 urged killings, while the 4th halted them. And Xiong was present at both ends, his words at each stage carefully calculated. The first wave of executions followed a district-wide mobilization on August 17th, with 12 people executed around August 23rd. The second, larger massacre came after Wutian's own advocate with the commune's armed force chief, He Mengxiang, who personally oversaw most of the executions. But it was in Jiangjiadong Brigade where Xiong Heng's direct involvement sufficed. After the August 24th meeting, local cadres assembled a list of 12 people to be killed. That evening, they rounded up their targets, locking them in a storeroom. One, Zhu Jingwen, resisted arrest and was killed on the spot. Then, the brigade's militia captain, Zhu Baosheng, called the commune office, seeking Xiong Heng's approval. It took multiple attempts due to poor phone lines. When they finally connected, it was Xiong himself who answered. Zhu reported on an agricultural production before cautiously bringing up the killings. He asked for guidance. Should they proceed? Xiong replied with 2 moist quotations, avoiding direct endorsement but giving enough political cover. The core force leading our course is the Communist Party. Policy and strategy are the lifeblood of the party. Leaders must not be careless. Then came his crucial instruction. Decide for yourselves, but remember, be mindful of policy. Distinguish between class enemies and their children. The message was clear. Kill the class enemies, but spare some of their children. The next morning, in front of a mass assembly, the brigade forced the 6 condemned individuals to kneel. Each name was read aloud, and the villagers were asked to vote. In a unanimous show of hands, the killings were approved. The 6 were then dragged to a nearby hill and shot. That same night, one more was killed, a captured fugitive, even though an order had come down to stop the killings. Some militia members argued, if we let him live, what message does that send? So, under the cover of darkness, they executed him too. One brigade stood apart in all of Wutian, Xincha Brigade, While every other brigade participated in the killings, Xin Cha resisted. It wasn't that they liked enemies, as Van Kadri said. Who is good, who is bad, that depends on what you see. Instead, they refused to act, knowing that the people targeted were connected. Some had relatives in the government, others came from powerful families. The risks outweighed the benefits, but their resistance wasn't tolerated for long. On September 8th, Xiong Linheng publicly criticized Xin Cha's leadership, singling out one man, Zhu Mei, a former Kuomintang pilot with strong family ties. He has no use to the revolution, but he is a threat to your leadership. If you do not take action now, you'll regret it later. Feeling the pressure, Xin Cha's leadership relented. They dragged Zhu Mei to the village schoolyard, tied him to a nearby basketball pool, and executed him by gunfire. Unlike other communes, Wu Tian's killings were relatively restrained. Xiong Linheng was cautious. His commune killed fewer people than many individual brigades. He was not the worst of the officials involved, but his role both in enabling and moderating the violence reveals something deeper about the massacre. The killings weren't just chaotic madness. They were often calculated, managed, and even debated by those in power. Xiong Linheng never took up a weapon himself. He never issued a direct order to kill, but his words, strategic, indirect, and politically shrewd, sealed the fate of many.